if they want to do that, they're legally, they can do it. But to be promoting it on Facebook where, my grandkids, like 13, 14 years old, get on Facebook. I don't want them to see something like that. I don't want them to click on that guy's, intro and listen to some of his past shows, because I did that and my mouth dropped open.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And I agree with you. I mean, there's places and platforms for that, and I don't think it's on Facebook. Something like that, geez, it needs to be regulated, because you're right, anybody can get on there, and Lord knows if there's what you call hashtags, and they put something associated with it that shouldn't be, and then somebody hits a word and it comes up and looks at it, and it's like, whoa, what's that? No,
like I said, I certainly wouldn't let my grandchildren just hear or anything like that. I don't know.
I don't blame you at all. It's backwards the way they have it set up. I mean, I put on a PG thing. It was a show that I'm sure you know where it come from, and they all know that's vulgar and all this. I'm like, hello, it's PG rated, and but 7 months later they said it was okay. But this guy can do whatever, some really bad stuff that like you said, kids are accessible to it, and there's some things you can't unhear or unsee, and especially for younger children, it's just not right.
Yeah, it's actually on one of the apps on groups that you are administrator on, by the way, on Facebook.
Oh, really? You should have told me about it. I didn't see no notifications like that. I would have booted that off.
Maybe you're not. Let's see. Let me. You're not on Promote Your Radio Show, right?
Oh, no.
Okay, you're not on Entertainment? Paranormal for All? Okay, that's where the guy was posting it.
No, I don't allow none of that. No. And most of my groups, anyway, I have to approve them. In other words, people just can't put whatever they want on there. It's got to go through me first. But no, I would never. I don't tolerate none of that. I don't even tolerate cussing in my groups.
Well, that's good. Well, vultures have overrun a radio tower in Texas. Literally, this 320-foot tower is just like covered with massive vultures. They're making it their home, and it's given a major headache to the Border Patrol.
I can imagine. That is incredible. What a sight that must be. 300 and some vultures on one pole. I wonder what... It's amazing. Now, see, that makes me want to think that, is the magnetic field throwing them off and making them, attracted to this tower, or is there waves coming off of them that's messing with them? What's going on? Something made them all go to this tower. That's what's got me puzzled.
I have no idea, but it couldn't have gone to a better place, evidently.
Yeah, I guess so. The Border Patrol is driving them crazy. That's a good one.
Yeah, well, they'll probably take over the wall. Anyway, a California burglary suspect was caught on film, or on video, I should say, falling through the ceiling of a tobacco shop.
Oh, what a way to get caught! Fall through the ceiling of a tobacco shop. Wow, and I'm sure he they've got cameras everywhere in tobacco shops because of the tobacco tax stuff. So he's definitely was filmed and was on video for sure. He's done caught.
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know. It's really weird. Then we're showing on the internet, on the news, the last couple of days of plant-based burgers.
Oh, the plant. Oh, listen! I found out some of the stuff in that.
Don't mention names of any.
No, there's no names. It doesn't mention names at all. But I'm going to touch on a little bit when this news, some of the stuff that's in it. But I've said that on this show several times, that anytime you process anything with chemicals and make it something that's not good. That's more unhealthy than if you would just eat the beef. And my thing is, Cal's been making beef taste like beef for a long time. Why change it? Why let plants taste beef like beef?
Well, I don't know. Is when they start combining all these plants, right, to make their artificial beef patty. Is that going to be maybe something they put in there? Maybe it's going to be more health of an issue down the road than, the beef itself?
Yeah, exactly. And my question's always been, too, and I've asked this one here, what are these plants? Is it like a little bit of dandelion, some grass, some seaweed? What are these mysterious plants? It kind of reminds me of what you always talk about, the old Soylent Green thing going on.
Yeah, I don't know. A couple of years ago, I don't remember which family member went to the grocery store, and we were going to have a barbecue, and we actually did. And they bought these pre-made patties, beef patties. Nobody bothered to read the package. So, they bring me my burgers, and everybody else was like not eating their burgers. They were eating their potato chips. They were eating their baked beans. They wasn't touching the burgers. And I found out really fast. I took a bite out of it. And I said to my wife, I said, something's wrong with this meat. It's way off. It's bad. And she goes, no, it was pre-frozen, is frozen. So I went and looked at the package. And it was soybean and some other stuff. And no meat at all. And I said, wow, it kind of looked like meat, but it sure didn't taste like meat. So what's the point of making something that looks like meat if it doesn't taste like meat? Or why would, and I got a funny feeling, maybe it'll come out, but I know there's a couple major chains out there of fast food that put beef extract in their French fries to make it, taste better, to make you want to, take a bite out of it and enjoy it.
Yeah, it just sends chills up my spine. You're using something to imitate something else. And the ironic part is, and I know you can do the research yourself and the data like I have, the process and the stuff they use to make it something that it's not is not healthy for you. It's way worse than eating beef ever thought about being. It just is. Anytime you process something and use chemicals to make it into something else, you're changing it. You're breaking it down and changing it. And that the process and the stuff you're using to doing it is very not healthy for you at all.
Well, I just want to say thank you. On chat, Christine says, I agree with you 100%. I believe in the freedom of speech, but there should be limits to promoting obscure material on platform where kids can read it. Absolutely so well put. You even put it better than I did. Again, I got upset today because, I joined this group. So I looked at it and then I went down and then this radio show, podcast. And it kind of looked at it and it kind of was, to me, it was a little off. So I clicked on it and here's this podcast all about sex. X-rated sex. So I'm going, no, come on, not off of, why is this being promoted on Facebook? So I clicked onto it and my mouth dropped open. I tell you something. It made me feel like I was down one of those places where you go down, the peep shows and stuff like that, I guess.
Oh, Lord.
That's how bad it was. And I couldn't believe it. Now, I believe that freedom of speech, anybody, they could have especially on the internet, since it's unregulated at this point, that if they want to have a show about sex, that is fine. Go promote it on some X-rated websites, I guess. Why would you promote it on Facebook? Or Facebook is a combination of us older people and a lot of young people, a lot of young kids. I certainly wouldn't want my grandkids getting educated about sex, especially the wrong type of sex, off of somebody's podcast.
Yeah, and you said that was in a couple of groups. After you have to name them groups. I'm gonna make sure I'm not in them. But
you're in them.
Yeah.
You're on them. I can certainly say that you're involved with as like I am.
Okay. Yeah,
well,
you gotta let me know.
Paranormal Free for All was one, and the other one was something I can't even remember now. I have to. I'm trying to. Hopefully, my phone don't go dead while I'm looking. I can't find it now. Promote your radio show.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
well,
you
yeah,
are.
I am in that.
You're on that one then too. And I went down. Okay, here's what it's called: Talking Dirty: The Worst Best Sex Ever by the Sex Connection.
I've never heard
a
that.
podcast on Anchor.
Huh.
There, I just promoted the guy's show.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that. Promote your whatever.
I really think the guy does have a right, but not on Facebook.
Yeah, I agree with you.
No.
100%.
No. And so hopefully it won't take long forever. You know, it's funny. When you have a legitimate thing, Facebook is really slow. But if somebody makes a complaint on you on something that's unfounded or it's nothing, they're really fast of like banning you for a certain amount of days. But I've actually seen naked pictures up there on Facebook in the past for a whole day. And, you know, they probably got literally thousands of complaints, but I don't know. Maybe they don't have enough people, you know, checking into it and all that. But it seems like if you sit there and say, oh, hey, James Christbaum is spamming, guess what? You'll be banned really quick for a period of time.
Oh, yeah. Listen, speaking of that, that's another one. You know, like on my birthday, I had a lot of people say, hey, happy birthday. And I said, you know, I always say thank you to everyone individually. So if you say thank you to more than two people within, you know, like right in a row, you'll get spam. You'll get for spamming. So you have to change the wording around because I've got for spamming for just saying thank you to three people in a row. I got for spamming. No kidding.
Yeah, well, join the crowd. You know, my birthday was just last week.
Right. And
I got, you know, a couple hundred people, you know, over a couple day period saying happy birthday. And it was so many of them. I just, how can I say it? I just typed up this one little thing that said, thank you very much. And I sent it to all the people to respond. And then I got this little notice about spamming and it told me that I couldn't go on certain groups for a couple days. I think it was like 3 days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got the same type things. It's ludicrous. You know, the problem is there's not like people that's monitoring this. It's probably some kind of robot, and just all they know is they see three words in a row that are all identical, so they think you're spamming, and all you're saying is thank you. It's just ludicrous.
Yeah. Well, who's our guest is going to be on here in a few minutes?
Well, tonight she's going to be talking about visitations from angels and talking to angels. That's what it is. And her name is Brenda J. Medley.
Yeah, it's actually her newest book is Visitation to Heaven and Talking with Angels. Brenda J. Medley is an ordained minister and a prophetic, I did it again, speaker who uses, the gift while preaching gospel to bring many souls to the knowledge of Jesus Christ and the kingdom of God. She's been ministering for 25 years. Now, I've talked to her, and this is not going to be about religion tonight as such. It's going to be about, like the book said, visitations to heaven and talking with angels. That's what we're going to be talking about here tonight.
And you know, there's all kind of angels around us, good ones and bad ones. Hopefully you don't run into too many of the bad ones.
Well, I don't know. There seems to be a lot out there.
There is. There's as many good as bad. Believe that one.
Yeah. So anyway, I got this urge. I was sitting, you know, in the studio Saturday. You know, I was, you know, cleaning up some of my, you know, stuff off the computers, and I kept looking at my server case, and I kept saying, well, gee, every time there's a problem, I have to go over there, and I can't see what I'm doing because the computers are on the other side of the desk. And so I got this urge, okay, I'm going to move this server case. So I asked everybody, and everybody, oh, no, I'm watching this movie, I'm doing this, oh, I'm going to go shopping, I'm going to, you know, that's fine. And then I kept looking at it. Then I started looking at all these wires and cables that run, you know, I run all these computers, like 8 of them plus 2 servers. And all these, you know, connect through the mixers and through all this stuff going into the the case where all the equipment